Welcome to today's episode of What's Trending Today. I am still Angelo Himalayas, your anchor. Still on the post-election matters. That is what is rocking the scenes of Nigeria, and that is what we're going to be talking about for a couple of weeks from now, okay? We're going to be talking about healing without justice. What do we mean by healing without justice? Nigerians are saying, can't there be healing without justice? If there is justice, can there still be healing? That is what the question is all about, all right? Why is this question coming up? It is coming at a point where Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, was announced, president-elect of course, and parties like Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party have said no to the results produced by INEC, and they have said no to the mandate. And then the people of Nigerians are saying that is not their mandate. That is what brought about the topic, healing without justice. I have a video for you. This video is from one of the presenters of Arise News, Ayo Mairo Esi. This lady, very intelligent, came out to really break down the issues pertaining to healing without justice. What am I trying to say? Festus Keyamu, the senior advocate of Nigeria and the spokesperson of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, filed a petition against Peter Obi and his vice presidential candidate, and that is Dr. Baba Ahmed, on the fact that they were using inciting statements to incite Nigerians over or that leads to anti-democratic behavior or character. All right, let us watch her analysis briefly, and when we come back, we will talk about the healing without justice or healing with justice, still on the Election Petition Tribunal case.
February, and we have seen a number of things begin to unfold as the days go by. One of this, again, is in the interview granted, or first of all, starting with the petition written by the Minister of State for Labour and Productivity, Mr. Festus Keyamu, SAN, and of course his following interview, TV interview. Based on his petition is based, according to what he wrote to the DSS, on statements made by the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, and of course he also joined the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, in this complaint or petition to the DSS. I'd like to read the opening statement of the petition to the DSS made by Mr. Festus Keyamu. First of all, I must say that he said he's written this petition in his personal capacity as an individual, as a concerned citizen of Nigeria. That's how he ended the petition. But he opens it by saying that I write with the full realization that in a post-election period such as this, there is a need to soothe frayed nerves, lower the temperature, and begin the healing process. Let me end here for a few seconds. Now, one of the things we've heard, especially from the APC at this time, is the healing process. This talk about healing, or let's now begin to work together and come together. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is because it speaks to what the actions of Mr. Festus Keyamu. And what a number of people have said is that the APC asked the Labour Party and other aggrieved parties, the PDP inclusive, to go to court if they didn't agree with the election outcome. Now, this message of healing, hence him saying that the statements made by Yusuf Dati Ahmed is incendiary, therefore we should be looking towards unity. But people have asked as well that, can healing occur without justice? Is it mutually exclusive to heal and also to seek justice? I know that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about the statements exactly, but it was important because he started his statement that way. Because in his way, he was making a case for why he believes the DSS should investigate, as it could incite people, young and old in Nigeria, to violence, if possible. Now, I'll give a little example and then I'll pass it on, because I'm sure that Dr. and Rufai would also speak to this. But when we talk about justice and healing, I would give an example of a parent, two children. One has stolen a pot, the other's maybe possession, and then says, don't report to, just let's keep it quiet for the peace of this family, just let's move on. Yes, the peace of the family is very important, but it is also important that to enable or to teach the other person a lesson, it's important so that it doesn't occur again, that the other person is able to get some form of justice. Very important. In the same breath, Festus Keyamu, Mr. Festus Keyamu, in the interview he did on another TV station, was doing almost exactly that which he was accusing Mr. Yusuf Bati Ahmed of doing in terms of speaking out. Why is he saying that it was not the president-elect is not constitutionally recognized and so on? Because he also preempted the justice of the Supreme Court judges by making statements, not just at this interview, but in other forums, where he said that their case is baseless. The Supreme Court is going to throw the case away. So just to mention that at this time, it is important that spokespeople like Mr. Festus Keyamu and the spokespersons from the Labour Party are careful with the words that they say. Yes, it is important to seek justice, but we must remember that it's the people that they seek to serve that they could, ultimately do a disservice to.
A number of things. Number one, all politicians, all stakeholders, all parties to the general election in Nigeria should realize that the elections are over. Matters have been taken to court. Nobody should instigate violence. Nobody should try to do anything that will sound or look like incitement, because that is not the way to go. And the various parties, the major parties, 4 political parties, and the APC, haven't gone to court on different sides of the spectrum with regard to those elections. They should know already that the petitions haven't been filed. The matter is already sub judice. And so they must refrain from making statements that will be prejudicial to the outcome of the process in court. That's very important. The second thing is the petition by Festus Keyamu. It's titled, Petition Against Mr. Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed for making incendiary comments and claims capable of causing an insurrection or rebellion against the government of Nigeria and the duly elected president-elect. Thursday, March 23, 23. And of course, this is the received, a copy of the received petition. Well, the point to note here is that Festus Keyamu is insisting that he has had to write this petition because of statements made by Mr. Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed. What we know is that Mr. Peter Obi, sometime last week, made it clear that he will not subscribe to an end INEC protest. He will not subscribe to an end democracy protest. He made those 2 points clear. And that the option that is available to him is to go to court, which he has done, because he has faith in the judiciary. So, to that extent, Mr. Peter Obi has made very clear his choice in the matter. And on this program, he made a distinction between Labour Party and the Obedient Movement, which he says is larger than Labour Party. And sometimes there may be elements in the Obedient Movement saying certain things that may not really be the position of the party. As for the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, well, Keyamu is saying he appeared on television. And he said if Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sworn in on May 29 as president of Nigeria, that may signal an end to democracy. I think that's what Festus Keyamu is holding on to. Why would Tinubu being sworn in signal an end to democracy? He also took objection to Dati Ahmed raising the question about Section 134(2) of the Constitution, which deals with, FCT Abuja, whether or not for a person to be president of Nigeria must win 25% in Abuja. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu got 18.8% from the Federal Capital Territory. But that's one of the major matters before the court, and it is for the court to determine that. So this is why it is important that all parties concerned should just calm down and allow the judicial process to take its course. However, Keyamu has received a response in equal measure from the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council and also from Dr. Yusuf Tanko and other spokespersons of the party, including Dino Unifade. And what they have told him clearly is that he's joking and that nobody should take his joke seriously. And that, Keyamu is a known rabble-rouser who is just trying to impress his masters. Well, the election is over, gentlemen. Can we tone down the rhetoric? And in any case, the DSS is not going to just act on the basis of a petition from a partisan party. This is not the first time Keyamu will write a petition. Nothing came out of the last petition that he wrote to the DSS, because the DSS as an institution will not want to be seen to be taking directives or dictates from, a partisan political figure, trying to do his own job. And the election is over. We recall that Festus Keyamu is a Minister of State for Labor. That ministry, that assignment is still pending. Now that the election is over and his petition time is, tribunal time, can Minister Keyamu please pay more attention to his primary assignment? And all persons who may be tempted to incite the public against the Nigerian state should refrain from doing so. That is very important.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation Voice Tower. Now, we all know Festus Keyamu. Festus Keyamu is a lawyer, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and I told you before that he is also a spokesperson of the Presidential Campaign Council for the APC. Now, Festus Keyamu is also a minister of the Federal Republic. He is a minister for state, for labor and productivity. He granted an interview yesterday on Channels TV, and although interviewed by Sheun, one of the Channels TV presenters, but Festus Keyamu was said to have talked down Sheun on that particular interview, and he, for most of the time for the interview, he schooled Sheun and ended up saying that he made a petition to the DSS that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and his deputy made inciting statements, especially talking about the deputy. Now, Festus Keyamu said he made this petition not under the canopy of the APC, but he made this petition as a personal individual. He made this petition from his personal table as a concerned Nigerian, all right? Because a few days ago, Deti Baba Ahmed, the vice presidential candidate for the Labour Party, came on air on national TV to grant an interview, and he made statements like he doesn't really have confidence in the judiciary anymore as regards the election petition tribunal case going on right now between the Labour Party and the APC and the INEC. Deti Baba Ahmed also made a statement that he actually doesn't think democracy will continue in Nigeria if Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be sworn in as the president-elect as announced by INEC. These statements triggered up Festus Keyamu to make a petition to the DSS and hereby order the arrest of Peter Obi and Deti Baba Ahmed for inciting Nigerians. Okay, now he directed the arrest to Peter Obi due to a certain statement that Peter Obi made. Now, we have not really recorded any statement about or from Peter Obi that regards to inciting of Nigeria. The last we could record was that Peter Obi came on air publicly and said that he is no party to any movement that would have to okay the ending of INEC or any end INEC movement, or he is no party to any end democracy movement. That was the statement issued by Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. So, for Festus Keyamu to come out and make these statements, that means he got his numbers wrong and he got his facts wrong. Although Deti Baba Ahmed made few statements like this, but this is a time to heal. This is not a time for making up quarrels or making up different sorts of petitions for arrests while the case is in court. Now, still on the Tinubu and the Labour Party case versus INEC, members of the Presidential Campaign Council for the Labour Party have come out to term this petition that was issued by Festus Keyamu as a joke. People like Dr. Yusuf Tanko of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council and Diron Onifade have come out to talk down this petition, and they have told Nigerians to take this petition by Festus Keyamu as a joke. And they've said that he is just doing this to impress his principals and his masters, according to Diron Onifade and Dr. Yusuf Tanko, members of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council. Don't forget, this petition is a personal point of view for Festus Keyamu. It's not actually a unanimous agreement from the APC canopy or from the APC camp. All right. Well, we can't say much about this particular statement or this particular petition, because the DSS cannot just come out and obey an individual or take orders from a certain senior advocate of Nigeria because he made a petition from a personal point of view. This is not the first time that Festus Keyamu is making a petition on his personal table, all right? That is that on healing without justice. If there must be healing, there should be justice. That is the right thing to do. If the right thing should be done, that is, if there will be justice, that means the right thing should be done. What is the right thing? Return the mandate to who the mandate fits, okay? Or who actually has the mandate. That is to say that INEC should do the needful. This is what Nigerians, or this is what a lot of Nigerians are saying. This is what the court case is supposed to end with, okay? All eyes is on the judiciary right now. And this is what all information made available in the public space as regards the presidential election are pointing to. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for staying with us. From us here is peace out.